Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Verrett, on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Demarius. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Texans. And even 40 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A first down carry now for Miller. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And this is caught at the 8. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. They'll be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game.
A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Here's Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And they got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a kiss him goodbye by Travis Benjamin.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Going deep for Benjamin. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Rivers now. Going underneath for Gordon. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Red Delta! 12.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on 4th down.
Zero. Keep it skinny. Get hot. Get hot.
From the gun, Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got it on the slant. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
Three down. Cluster up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Load it. Hey. Behind.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, Rivers. And it'll be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Richmond.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Reset. Down. Blue 80. Safety
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Black 22! Black 22! Black 99 Philly!
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Down! Black 22! Black 22! Reset, reset, reset!
On first down, Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Back near his goal line, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. That's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
On is the Chargers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Oh, had to get it out quickly, but it's blocked. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And he's in. It's a Houston Texans touchdown.
But they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
Well, for the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers getting set to go. So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, Rivers. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. Going deep here for Allen. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Rivers to Allen on the hookup there. 44 yards. An NFL update there in the 2nd quarter in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st and 10, Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Red! They cut!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at the 3. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, for touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 97 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action. Rivers. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Operating from the gun. Rivers. Hard throw, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
On is the Chargers punter now. On for his 2nd punt, and remember, his 1st one was blocked. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this 1st half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. They go play action here on first down. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Reset. Come back. Come back.
Throwing again is Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Watson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Richmond.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to run now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Green 39. Black 99, Philly. Richmond.
Out of the gun, Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Richmond.
From the gun, here's Watson, escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bailey able to knock it through. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Boom! Yeah, baby! Here we go. Four down. Hey, I'm gonna go load it. Load it. Wait. Get hot.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. The point after is good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Down. Who ready?
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Watson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Reset.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Down. Who ready?
On the toss, here's Foreman. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second is Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Rivers now to throw on first down. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. And even 60 yards. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. A toss play, Gordon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now Rivers. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80! Tiger! 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 Switch!
A run by Foreman to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Black 22! Black 22! What we got?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Room to run past midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays. Have them on the move on first down. Watson hands this to Foreman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll try the air now with Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Black 22! Black 22!
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the third quarter in Tampa. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he powers his way up past the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Hey, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love
now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Third and long for Rivers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Hey, left. One out a little bit.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. And here comes the Texans now. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
That's it, baby. Reset. Hey, move 80.
They run again with Foreman. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Black 22.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the two defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Richmond. Single. Down. Blue 80.
Watson off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal?
Down. Green the line. Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will make the lead now 26. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. A very solid gain of 27.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DJ Reader coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, go orange. Orange.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Now Foreman. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Down! Black 22! Black 22! Man, that's trash. That's trash. Black 99 Philly! Tiger, Tiger, Tiger! Hey, Mike 52! Mike 52!
On 2nd down, here's Watson. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
And they just had another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. They'll go with Foreman, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead will swell by one more. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Hey, Rocket!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Chargers go here. It's Rivers. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down.